Ravens vs. Bengals. Lamar Jackson and Baltimore survive wild finish for 35-34 win. What a game! The Baltimore Ravens pulled off a nail-biting 35-34 victory over the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday night. But it wasn't without a dramatic final minute that had fans on the edge of their seats. The Bengals had one last shot to steal the win with a two-point conversion attempt. But Joe Burrow's pass to Tanner Hudson sailed through his hands. And just like that, the Ravens escaped with the W. Of course, there was some controversy here. Burrow was hit in the face mask after releasing the ball. And some fans were screaming for defensive holding before the pass was thrown. But in the end, the Ravens held on. And that's what counts, right? Let's break it down. Lamar Jackson, the king of comebacks. Lamar Jackson was on fire in this one. And boy, did he put on a show. After trailing 21-7 late in the third quarter, Jackson turned into a one-man wrecking crew, leading the Ravens to 4 straight touchdowns. He finished the game with 290 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and a perfect passer rating, 158.3, on the final 4 drives. And oh yeah, he went 12 of 14 for 205 yards during that stretch. If you've ever doubted Lamar's ability to pull off the impossible, this game was a reminder that he thrives in chaos. This wasn't just a highlight reel moment. This could very well be the kind of performance that vaults him into MVP discussions. Lamar found 3 different receivers for touchdowns, taking over the game with a combination of pinpoint accuracy and his trademark elusive running. Ja'Marr Chase, a one-man show. If it wasn't for Jackson's brilliance, we'd probably be talking about Ja'Marr Chase's ridiculous performance. The Bengals' superstar wideout finished with 11 catches for 264 yards and 3 touchdowns, including a 212-yard second half that had fans wondering if he was playing a different sport. Oh, and by the way, Chase made NFL history with his second game posting 260-plus receiving yards. Talk about a record-breaking performance. But even a jaw-dropping stat line couldn't overcome the Bengals' late-game collapse. What went wrong for the Bengals? It wasn't just Lamar's brilliance that doomed the Bengals. Their defense was a shell of itself in the final 23 minutes. After leading 21-7, Cincinnati's defense allowed touchdowns on 4 straight Ravens drives, giving Baltimore all the momentum they needed to take control. But even then, the Bengals still had a chance to win it. With 38 seconds left and trailing by a point, head coach Zach Taylor made the bold call to go for 2 and the win instead of kicking for overtime. Burrow's pass to Hudson went through his hands and was ruled incomplete. The Bengals' chances evaporated right there. No defensive holding or face mask penalty was called on the play, even though many thought there was reason for a flag. And just like that, the Bengals' hopes of a miraculous comeback vanished into thin air. Turning point: the fumble that sparked the comeback. The Bengals had control of the game and a 21-7 lead midway through the third quarter. But things turned around when Bengals running back Chase Brown fumbled the ball after a hit from Ravens cornerback Marlon Humphrey. Roquan Smith jumped on the loose ball, setting the Ravens up at the Bengals' 31-yard line. Baltimore capitalized, scoring on the next possession to cut the deficit to 21-14. That fumble was the spark that lit the Ravens' comeback fire. Play of the game: Lamar's improbable run. There are so many highlights to choose from in this thriller. But Lamar Jackson's 10-yard run with 5:11 left might take the cake. On 2nd and -9 at the Bengals' 11-yard line, Lamar started by retreating all the way to the 31-yard line, dodging defenders left and right. Somehow, he stayed in bounds and weaved his way down to the 1-yard line for the first down. The 58.1-yard scramble, yes, you read that right, was just ridiculous. And it set up the Ravens' next touchdown to make it 21-14. Up next. So, where do we go from here? The Ravens, 7-3, head to Pittsburgh for a showdown with the Steelers, 6-2, in Week 11. While the Bengals, 4-6, travel to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers, 5-3. Both teams have plenty to play for. But after this wild finish, the Ravens will be feeling pretty good about their playoff push. What a game. What a night. The Ravens live to fight another day. And the Bengals are left with what-ifs and a seriously sore feeling in their gut.